Hola, mi gente bella. It's February. It's the month of love, but every day is day of love, okay? It's not just this month. Go ahead and take care of yourself, treat yourself, and tell the people you love that you love them. So, I am really excited to be talking about this week's episode because I realize that I have been doing this myself ever since, God, I can remember. I do have those moments of negative self talk. Like, I used to have that a lot, but I've worked on that. And you know how, for example, if you're a mom, you're going to understand. And if you're not a mom, I'm sure you have someone that you would never want to talk down to or bad about or bad to, or how they learn, right? Like, I know that as a parent, I don't think I would want to go ahead and tell my kid of like, oh, like your voice sucks. But out of frustration, maybe anger or stress or lack of sleep, like I'm sure there are certain words that you probably would have said to your kids and now they have that in their heads. Like that is freaking insane. But the thing that our brains can do is be rewired. And this is something that I have been learning with the manifestation, right? Like I've gone deep into regards to how it is. It's scientific neuroplasticity is what they call it when you're reprogramming your brain, and you can create new pathways and go ahead and change your life. And the way you do this is the way you talk to yourself. And then you can do this with affirmations or as soon as you catch yourself, because you have to be aware of the way you talk to yourself. Like once you make that shift, you guys, manifestations are like quantum leaping kind of style. And quantum leaping is like you just skipped or like the time is kind of what it is. And I had a moment like this because I realized like I have overcome so many things in my life and I don't ever give myself credit. Like instead of doing that, like I talk down to myself and I've had to catch myself. Like I have become so aware of the way I'm talking, of the way I'm being. And of course, you're going to be human. You're going to fall behind or back or take two steps ahead and three steps back because it's a process. You're unlearning things from like your childhood, your teenage years, your young adult years when you didn't know any better, and now you're like, I need to be better to my body, my soul, and just go ahead and nurture it more, because the more you take care of yourself, life like just takes care of you because you're showing yourself love, right? And when you do that, you're kind of also being aware of the people around you. Like that's something that has changed for me too. I mentioned in regards to my dad where he left and I got angry. I thought that parents were supposed to go ahead and like do all these things, right? But everybody's in their own journey. And so I was like, you know what? I don't want to go ahead and have this anger in my body anymore. It's like instead, like, thank you for being there. And it's like, I don't have to think of you that much. Obviously, it's out of sight, out of mind. But there are moments where I'm like, I wonder how life would be, right? But then it's like, you know what? No, let's not even go there. I just thank you for creating me because I'm having the best fucking life right now. And I didn't need you. So I'm good, right? So this is kind of like what happens in our sessions. Like I notice those negative patterns. Like even you may not notice, but that's what we're doing inside our 3-month coaching container. It's like rewiring your subconscious thoughts because you're on autopilot. And when you're on autopilot, you just like going, saying things and you don't realize how it's affecting your life. So like watch your words, watch what you're consuming, like watch what you're freaking reading. Like, are you even reading? So I believe that words are powerful. Like words are freaking magic. Our just vibration of that, like I don't know if you guys have ran into any of these videos of like, it's called Hashimoto, where water holds memory. And if you like say intentions of like, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am magnetic, and you drink that, right? Because you put so much power with those words into that water. So every time you think it, like your subconscious is like, hey, she said those words, like those are the words that you're consuming, right? Energetically, that's what it comes down to. And water is so good. Like, we are made of water. Our cells hold memory. So what do you want? Like, what would you want cells people to hear? Like good things, right? Like not bad shit. You're going to go ahead and be like, you are amazing. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and try something, and we're going to put ourselves out there, and we're going to go with one foot after the other. And you got to take baby steps. And this is the thing that people don't understand. Everything takes time when it comes to learning something new. But some people want to go ahead and like get that in their brain and download it. And I mean, if like you could do that and spend a lot of time to learning this, fantastic. Great. Like you're investing so much time in you. And I think that this is something that I just cracked, where those successful people barely watch TV. They're more focused on content that can help them improve, spend time taking care of their body, spend time actually cooking for themselves. Like these are the forms of self-love that we don't even recognize, because we're so busy watching TV and being lazy and taking the easy way out. Like, why do you think you haven't achieved your goals? And I'm actually talking to myself too right now, because I have been like racking my brain, and thankfully this week that I have something that manifested into reality. I didn't know when this was going to happen, but I actually had a viral video go on TikTok. Like my numbers on TikTok have been growing, and that has been one of my goals, because I have a bigger audience reach. I can go ahead and start building my business and get clientele, right? But I have like been thinking of like, oh, maybe this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna be for me. Maybe I need to go ahead and search for another job. Maybe I'm not meant to be coaching. Maybe I'm not meant to do a business. And then I'm like, shit, you're talking bad to yourself right now. Like you are just starting. This entrepreneur life is not like riding a bike. At least for me, riding a bike is really easy, right? And this is new to me. Like I have not done this before. So I'm trying to like take your time. You just got started like maybe 2 years ago. You're picking yourself up. You're getting the confidence. You are actually like step by step, baby steps, but we're getting there. Like that's why I think the turtle showed up for me last week, because I wanted something so fast and I never understood of like the impact of how this change would be. And I took that into consideration. And then I was like, am I ready? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to go ahead and like have one-on-ones and be able to start building and growing. And something amazing happened in regards to that when I made that shift, when I recognized of like, you are so freaking amazing. I started realizing how strong I've been. Like all my life, I thought that I was weak, that I was sensitive. I felt like I wasn't amounting to anything. I felt like I just wasn't good enough. Like everybody goes through these phases, right? And even myself, I'm going to go ahead and be talking to people and then reinforcing the self-love, but I got to do that for myself. And you got to do that for you. Because at the end of the day, I can go ahead and guide you, give you the steps, but if you're not doing it yourself when nobody's watching, you're going to see the results. And I am just really proud of myself to be able to pull myself out. And I'm sure that you're going to be proud of yourself when you do too. Guys, it is such an amazing feeling to see the fact that you've been able to change your life just through your mindset, through the actions that you take, through the way you love yourself. This is the self-love that people don't talk about. It's not about the going to get a mani-pedi, getting your hair done, and this and that. No, like this is the work. And I am calling in the people that are ready to go ahead and do that work. Like, I invite you to go ahead and do a 1 hour session with me. And it's going to be a great hour, because you're going to realize of like, this has been blocking me the whole entire time. This is what I was missing. And once you clear that out of the way, baby, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm manifesting so quickly, you know? And then it's just like, it's just magical. And it's so powerful, especially because it's coming from the love that you have for you. And just the whole thing of just changing that, I know it can be difficult because of the time that it can take. Breaking a bad habit, it takes time. Take it one day at a time. And then before you know it, it's like your life is different. So I want you to go ahead and try this for a week. See how your life starts changing and journal that out. And when I tell you your life is going to seem easier, it's because the way you're talking to yourself. Take the deep breaths, always ground yourself, especially if you're angry or frustrated, because that's usually when it comes out. And those are the moments where you're being tested. But that's the reinforcement too. So try that for a week. Talk to yourself nicely. Be kinder to yourself. Give yourself some patience, some grace, and things are going to change for you. So I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead and follow this podcast or on YouTube. It really helps me to keep going, you guys. So I truly appreciate that. I love you. And until next week.